What's up, guys? Average Enthusiast back. I'm headed out to a trail in Lafayette, Tennessee called Winding Stairs Park. It's about 5 a.m. in the morning. This is a trail that leads down to a waterfall. Tenba sent me their newest backpack to try out today. It's the Solstice V2 24-liter backpack. They sent me the black one. This bag is made from a ripstop nylon, which is weather resistant, and it's also very tough to tear or rip. Features a deep front pocket with a dedicated laptop storage up to 16 inches on the laptop. This is a top loader camera backpack with storage up to a 600mm lens on a Sony body or 200 to 800mm lens on a Canon body, which is pretty impressive. The main storage compartment has a perforation about halfway down that allows you to unzip the bag halfway so that you can access the inside of the bag without having to open it completely. It also has waist straps like a typical hiking bag, but the straps are designed to allow you to take the backpack off of your back, swing it around to the front, and then it will hang off of your body and make what Tenba calls like a floating workbench. I'm looking forward to trying that out. Well, we finally made it. I got here actually about an hour and a half early before the park opened. So while I was waiting, there was a pond just over here off in the distance, and I got to see a really amazing sunrise. I got a really nice long exposure photo, which you saw a little bit ago. So before we head out on the trail, let's see what's in the bag. So here in the front pocket, I've got my gimbal. Over here, I've got a set of ND filters for the camera, portable charging pack. Back inside here I've got my iPad back there. And then here in the front pocket, I've got a set of batteries for the camera, batteries for the action camera, and a couple of cleaning cloths for lenses, lens cleaning kits, stuff like that. That's everything that I've got in the front. There's also more room in the main pocket down here if you need it. Over here on one side, this is where you'll put your tripod. I've just got the little, Joby Gorilla right here. I'm actually using my tripod to film this video right here. So when I'm done, that'll actually be in here. On the other side, I've just got a jumbo bottle of water for the hike. I do like it that that the water side is a mesh pocket instead of closed in, so that when the water bottle sweats like it already is, the water doesn't get trapped inside the pocket. It can escape out. Alrighty. Go ahead and open her up and see what's on the inside. So right off the bat, what you'll see is you have this perforation right here. And what that does is that allows you to only open the pack halfway. If you just needed to get anything out of the top, so you don't have to open it all the way, which I think is pretty cool. Here on the front flap, you've got another pocket inside here. I've got SD cards, I've got my lens caps, a couple of USB-C cables, and as well as some extra drone propellers for my drone. All right, let's open her up. All right, here on the inside, you can see we've got plenty of storage space. This is, again, the 24-liter version of this bag. Up here on the top left, I've got the case for the wireless mics that I'm using. I've got a couple of an ND filter set for my drone. Coming down, we've got the DJI Osmo Action 4 action camera. Here's a little Leatherman multi-tool, and I've got my 3 lenses. This is a 16mm 1.4, 30mm 1.4, and 56mm 1.4. These are all Sigma lenses. Here in the middle, I've got the Sigma 70 to 200 2.8. Probably won't use that. Maybe I'll take it out and see what I can do with it. But probably won't use that. I've got the, I guess it's the selfie stick, or whatever you would call it, the stick that attaches to the action camera in case I want to use that on the trails at all. Over here, I've got the remote control for the DJI Mini 4 Pro drone. This is the rain fly for the bag. The bag is weather resistant. It can take rain. It'll repel water to an extent. But if you're out there in a torrential downpour, obviously you'd want to put the rain fly on for better protection. Coming down a little bit here, I've got the my drone. This is the DJI Mini 4 Pro, and then down here I've got the 3 batteries with the battery charger for the drone. Up here is where obviously where the camera would go, but I'm using the camera right now. There's room for a really large camera body and a decent sized lens. The lens I'm shooting with right now is a 28 to 70 Sigma 2.8, and that fits nicely right here. So yeah, as you can see, there's plenty of room in this bag. Again, this is way more than I would typically pack out with for a photo hike. But again, I really wanted to weigh the bag down and see how comfortable it would be, you know, on a 2 or 3, 4 hour hike. So that's everything that's in the bag. Let's pack it up. Let's head out to the trail. Well, this bag is heavy, but it feels great. Was not expecting it to feel this good. The waist straps help out a lot. Tightening those waist straps and transferring the weight from your all on your shoulders to your hips makes a huge difference. So when I go on trails, I don't take many pictures. I don't stop very much until I get to the end where I'm going. Make sure I have plenty of energy to take all the photos I want of the waterfall. Something that I found myself using quite a bit is the half open of the main flap. So I've got the things that I use pretty regularly on the top. So I found that I haven't had to open the pack all the way. It's turned out to be a very convenient feature. Okay, so I just had to replace the batteries in my action camera. Let me show you how easy this was. Just took the bag off, slide it around, unzip, open the flap, and here's my batteries. Took the battery out, replaced it, put it away, zipped it up, threw it back on, and took off walking. So easy. So another cool feature are these straps that are on the side of the bag designed to hold your tripod, things like that. These straps can be removed, and then you can move them to the bottom of the bag where there are straps down here, and there's one on each side. So you can move both of these straps, move them to the bottom of the bag, and then you can carry something like a tent or a sleeping bag or something like that attached to the bottom of the bag. Just another cool feature. So I've been out here for about 5 hours now. I've had the bag on my back pretty much the whole time. I wanted to really get a feel for how comfortable it was, especially with the fact that I've loaded it down. Again, I typically would not bring that 70 to 200 lens out here just strictly for landscape photography. I didn't even take it out of the bag to use it today. I wanted to try to, but I just didn't find any use for it. So my overall thoughts of the bag is I love it. It's been super comfortable. The entire time that I've been out here. I was kind of concerned when I initially saw it with the straps being kind of thin, but I didn't feel anything wrong with that. Again, using the waist strap and tightening it down, transferring the weight from your shoulders to your hips. That helped a lot, and that's typical with any hiking backpack. But it's typically, for me anyway, it's not very comfortable when I do that. The waist straps on this were very comfortable. I didn't have any problem, any discomfort using that. What have I found that I really loved about the bag? I really enjoy flipping the bag open only halfway. When it was on my back and I flipped it around, and I only needed to use it halfway when it was sitting down, and I only needed to open it halfway. It sounds silly for something seemingly so small to make a big difference, but to me it was great. I found myself very rarely opening the entire thing because what I needed was on top of the pack. Flipping the bag all the way around and using it as a workbench, that was very easy, very convenient. I really enjoyed doing that. So I didn't have to put the bag in the ground. It's got plenty of storage space, plenty of room, obviously. I fit basically up all of my camera gear in here. It's all my gear for my Sony a6700, and it fit perfectly with the gimbal. Again, I didn't use it very much. I just wanted to see how much it could hold and how comfortable it would be. So the outside is made of a ripstop nylon to protect from the elements. It's not completely waterproof, but it does help keep the interior dry. But it does, again, of course, come with the rain fly for when it does start raining pretty hard. You can wrap the entire bag up to keep it all safe. All in all, I think it's a great pack. Definitely going to get rid of the bag that I'm currently using, the Low Pro bag, and this is going to take its place. It's way more comfortable than the Low Pro bag, and it holds more. So that's definite. This is going to turn into my everyday bag here now. I will say that for street photography, which I like to do sometimes, it's probably a little bit big for that. You don't need to carry as much as I carried out here today for street photography. But they also have a smaller sling bag in the Solstice line, and with as much as I like this bag, I'm probably going to pick that one up. I'm probably going to go home and put an order in for that. I do feel this is probably too much to carry around for street photography and stuff like that. As far as drawbacks, the one thing that I will say, when I flipped it around and I had to open it up all the way, moving the zippers, to get it open all the way, you have to get the zippers all the way back, and with the weight, it was kind of pulling in, so you had to move these flaps out a little bit so you can get the zipper all the way open. So that was a little bit tough to do, but that's a very minor inconvenience, and especially when you learn that. Like, this is the first time I've used it, so now I know. After the second time I did it, it worked out just fine. I knew that I just had to pull the zippers all the way back to get it open. But yeah, it's a great bag. I'm loving it. Like I said, this is going to definitely turn into my everyday bag. Anytime I travel, anytime I go out on trails or whatever, I'm going to bring this one with me. So again, I really enjoyed using this backpack. It's definitely going to be my go-to bag from here on out. I've left a link in the description to this bag in case you want to check it out or pick one up yourself. If you've enjoyed this video and review, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. It helps out way more than you can imagine.